Hey guys, so here we go. Here's part two of how I started, and the last video was 2017, the whole year about that was the year when I started. So this video is about 2018, and if I clear my throat in the video, you probably saw that in other videos. I've been sick for like a week and a half, so that's been really annoying. I've had a cold, and it's kind of I hate it because the whole virus is going around right now, and I don't like being sick and being all paranoid about that. But, anyways, I feel okay. Um, so where we left off at was I met my girlfriend at the time, Tanya, and I remember what happened was she was kind of a huge motivator in me getting the brand bigger and like getting the ball rolling, because before then, like I would say the first year when I started, I don't really like count it almost, because I didn't really do much. It was just like I was on the side and whatever happens. But if you have that kind of attitude when you have like if you want to start a brand or you're working on your business, if you have that attitude of oh whatever happens, it's most likely gonna destine you to fail, because that's not how businesses work, and you shouldn't really live life like that anyways. You should hope for the best and expect the worst, right? So plan for tomorrow, but live your life today. Like, don't just go around and live your life in chaos, right? And that's obviously applies to your business too. You can't just not have things structured and just do whatever you want, because businesses, and they all run on systems, and the system has to function really well in order for it to keep growing and be self-sustaining, right? So when I met Tanya, I remember, this is cool, she as we were dating, I remember I was making a hoodie, and she was helping me like fold them, package them and stuff. And I was just thinking, I was like, I have like 5 months left of college, and after college, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. And like I said in the other video, I never really wanted to go work somewhere else. I was like, all right, well, it might take a while, but I'm gonna just work on my business and just do my day job and keep doing that until I get to that breaking point where I switch over. So at that point, I was like, all right, I got to take this more seriously. So she was just a big motivator in that. I don't think that if I didn't meet her, I don't think I would have that motivation, because I'm kind of viewing it as more like a long-term thing. I'm like, hey, I want to do this and like make income and support her and myself and family in the future. Like, that'd be really cool and ideal. I feel like that would be the most fun job ever. But anyways, at that time, I also found out about Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. At first, I thought he was kind of like, because I really don't like motivational gurus and all those people with fake businesses that like they have a motivational business and they post a bunch of crap on Instagram and YouTube, but they're not really like creating anything of value. Like, they're not really delivering like some kind of service or product. They're just spouting out motivation. And that's kind of what I thought he was at first. But then I realized that he was a media agency, and he actually was creating content and videos and design and stuff like that. So he wasn't just saying crap, he actually was a business person. And I suggest that for anyone. Listen to people that listen to Jeff Bezos talk, listen to Bill Gates talk, listen to business people. And even the stuff I say is just like me regurgitating what I hear from them. So it's better to listen to those kinds of people than to listen to people that are like motivational speakers, because that's just kind of like crap and it's fluff. It's not really going to get you to the next level. But anyways, I heard Gary, and he was like super adamant about getting on social media and really growing that, because like I said in the last video, social media is is just the vessel that's moving the culture forward, right? You know, in previous generation, it was like radio and it was like TV and stuff. So like if you had a business, you'd want to be on there, you'd want to post ads in newspapers and stuff like that. So right now it's social media. So I don't really see why you wouldn't focus on that, right? Why would you focus on other crap that's not going to help you? And in the future, we might, although I don't really see social media disappearing for a long time, we might have something else, another vessel. So that's, you got to hop on that too, right? I mean, you don't have a choice. If you want to have a brand and you want to grow it, that's what you got to do. That's the way I see it. I don't really know if you can argue with that. But he was just like, he is kind of a motivational speaker too, but what he says is really practical and cheap, or it's free even. Like all his advice he gives is free, stuff you can do for free. And he was just like, you know what? You need to just sit on your phone for 8 hours a day and just post stuff, comment, DM, just interact with people online that would like your stuff. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna try that. And at this time, my account was, it was probably a couple thousand people in there, maybe like 2,000 people. So I was having like a few sales here and there, but it was still not really like moving. And when I heard him talk about like just sitting on your phone and just be nice and commenting people, not just like, hey, follow my page, or hey, buy this, because that's super annoying and crap. Don't do that. Just comment something funny, be nice, just compliment someone, right? And I made a video about that kind of stuff before. You can look at that. But I started doing that, and I was spending like literally like 4 hours at that time a day, because I was going to school and I also had my day job and all that crap. I was like literally on Instagram for like 4 hours a day, just commenting and liking stuff all day. And I started seeing my page grow a lot, and it was all organic traffic. It wasn't like I was getting, because there's a lot of people that, I need to make a video about this. They have a bunch of fake followers, and they have dumb engagement groups where all these people coming, like, it's like it's like a fake community. Like having engagement groups is a fake community. And people can tell too, like within like 10 seconds, I can look at someone's page and tell you like if they have their engagement groups and all this crap, and their community is not really real. And ultimately what that does is, in the long term, your brand suffers from that. You want like real people, you want real brand, and that takes a lot of work, you know? Either you do it for free and it takes a lot of work, or you go and hire an agency and they do that for you, but that takes a lot of money and capital up front, and you have to learn stuff, that kind of side of the business. But if you're starting out and you don't have money, but you have time, so sweat equity, and you're willing to put in the work, you can grow your page organically, get free traffic, get sales, and what you're doing, like one of the main things is like you're developing a community. You want your page, whether that's like, maybe you're good at Twitter or your Instagram or your Facebook or Pinterest, whatever. It doesn't really matter the platform, it matters the community, right? You want a thriving community. And that's what I learned in 2018, is like focus on the community, focus on the customers. And Gary Vee was like super big on that. And I'm really glad I found him. I listened to like all his videos at that time. Every single day I would listen to him. I would just come home from school and I wouldn't even prioritize my schoolwork. I'd be like working on the business. Even when I was in class, I kind of gave up on the last year of college. Well, not gave up, but I was putting in minimal effort. Like I was just like, okay, I just got to pass these classes and get that stupid piece of paper, because I kind of was like done with college at that point. I didn't really want to like go above and beyond in my college career, because I kind of found my passion, and I found that this is what I want to do as a career. I want to do my brand. I love branding, and I love like clothing design, and like this is the ultimate combination of those two things. So I'm like, I don't care what it takes. I'm just going to keep going at it, and no matter how many years it takes. You know, it might take me like 6-7 years to get somewhere, but that's fine with me. I'm patient for that, and I can do it. So even like I was in college, and I would be like working on my business on my laptop. I'd be designing stuff while the teacher was talking, and I would just make sure I passed the tests and fill in the homework. So that was just the priority. And even in the small breaks in class, or like before the teacher came to class, I'd be there for like 10 minutes. I'd be on my phone like commenting and liking stuff. And those little moments of time, those little margins, like even like, okay, you know how people are on the toilet and they're on their phone, right? I would even take that time and I would do that. So like I would literally be getting customers and building the community on those tiny bits of time, and throughout the whole year I wouldn't sacrifice those bits of time because those are kind of valuable to me. You only have 24 hours in the day, and rather than waste that time, I could use it and be productive with it, right? And I still kind of do that stuff today. I try to. I recommend doing that, especially when you're starting out. Every scrap of time you have, throw it at your business, because the first formative years are all sacrifice. There's no way around the sacrifice, right? And Gary Vee, back to Gary Vee, that's all his platform is. That's what it is about. It's about sacrifice. He says, do you want this in life, like all this extra crap that you're doing, or do you want to grow your business or your brand or your like, let's say you have a athletic career, do you want to grow that? Do you want to be a musician? Like whatever you want to do in life, all that requires a level of sacrifice, and the amount of sacrifice you put in determines the level of success that you'll have towards that, right? So Gary Vee was really a big motivator, and I recommend like you listen to him. If you're starting out and you kind of are lost, just listen to him. He'll get you on track, because that's what happened to me. I don't agree right now. I don't agree with everything he says, but probably 95% I do, because I don't really listen to him right now anymore. I listen to more like upper level stuff, but he's a great guy to listen to start out. So as that was going, I ended college, and I was like, you know, this is great. Now I have way more free time to work on business, because I would just do my day job and come home and work on my business. And that's what I did. I actually, you know what? And then after that, I also got my business license. I didn't even have like, for my first year, I only released, I said 6 pieces. I didn't even have like an LLC. So it wasn't even like a legitimate business, because I wasn't even making that many sales, and it didn't really matter. So like if you're starting out and you are just barely getting the ball rolling, I don't really think it's that important to get the LLC right away. But definitely make it a priority, as you know, when you can get it, because it's like a couple $100, but see, that's the point. It is a couple $100, and what that taught me was you need some skin in the game. The more skin in the game you have, the more predicated towards success that you are, right? Because you can't fail at that point. You know, if you keep pumping money and time into something, it's like a gun to your head. You know, you're gonna get the work done, and you're gonna actually do it, because you already invested so much time and effort into it. You can't just let it die now, right? You don't want that to go to waste. Although even if it does go to waste, you still are learning, which is good. But don't have failure as an option. Get that out of your head right away. Otherwise, you won't go anywhere. So I got the LLC, and I also got, later on that month, I got my reseller's permit. And I'll make a video about all the documents you need for a business and clothing brand. But the reseller's permit is just you're not paying taxes when you buy your supplies, like the clothing and stuff, because what happens is, on the Shopify or whatever platform you're using, the customer has to pay sales tax because you're giving that to government. But if you pay sales tax when you buy the inventory, you're paying double, right? You don't need to do that. Just get that permit. And this is all really easy. It's all online, but I'll make a video about that. So I got that, and so that's like more skin in the game. And at that year, I also released 15 pieces. Yes, I released 15 pieces, which is like almost triple from the previous year, the first year, which is really cool because like I kind of saw the ball rolling a little bit more, and my Instagram following was growing. I mean, the numbers and stuff, all that stuff doesn't matter. It's the community. You want the community. If you have not that many, but it's like really tight and like return customers and stuff, that's all that matters, right? Whatever platform you use. I also was experimenting with new stuff. Like I just kind of new styles of design. I made like a tote bag. I was developing a beanie at the time. I also came out with let me show you. I made a video of these, like the stickers. These are my really awesome stickers. I know you guys love these. I didn't have any, well, I made like these super cheap, just crappy test stickers the first year business, but I didn't really give them out. But in 2018, this is when I made the stickers. And this is kind of like, it's honestly kind of a cool part of my brand. Like I'm always gonna make really cool stickers. I know some brands, they make stickers, but not that many. I'm just like gonna release as many as I can because it's just fun and people like to buy them. So I developed the stickers at that year. What else did I do? Oh, in November of that year, I released 5 items at once. And this was like, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like 5 things at once, because before then I was releasing like 1 item a month, which is like really slow. That's like nothing. More like 1 or 2 items a month. And in November I got enough extra income so I could buy more inventory, which as your brand grows, it's good to do that. Like you have to find a middle ground when you have drops of not too little but not too much, so you're not there isn't like too much decision fatigue for the customer. Like if you have like 100 items, they're not gonna know what to buy. Like they don't know like what they want because there's too much decisions. But at the same time, if you only release like 1 item or 2, you're not gonna be able to make enough profit, because let's say you have a t-shirt out, but let's say you have 40 customers, but let's say 20 of them want a hoodie, but you don't have the hoodie because you only got the t-shirt. So you're kind of losing out on the sales for that month. So you want a good balance of like accessories, shirts, hoodies, like hats, whatever. You kind of want a balance and enough options, but not too many. So that's a tip. And I was kind of learning that in November. I was like, oh, okay, this is better because the sales were kind of rolling a little bit, and I got pretty good sales that month. I also released that in 2018. I released like 3 of like the best selling designs, like the Apocalypse hoodie, the Register for World War III design, and the Fear of the End design. Those came out that year, and like I sold like a bunch of those, and people still today are like buy them. Most of my designs are really limited, but those 3 were the most printed because people just like kept buying them. Like they just keep going, you know. But if you're watching this and you like my stuff, don't think like everything's like that. Literally, most of the stuff is super limited, so like you'll see it keep cycling through the store, like new stuff coming in. So if you really want something, go get on it because it'll go away, I promise. And then I was also tinkering around with Instagram and Facebook ads. I got a little bit of traction from that, but like I said, most of my strategy was focused on just literally liking and commenting on people's stuff. And since that's free and I didn't have enough capital at that time, that's just what I was focused on. And also the good thing about that is when you get more people in the community, it's not like they'll buy something right away, and that's not really like that important. What happens is those people are engaged in the community, and over time they will become a customer, right? And that's what you want ultimately. Like you have a business, you need customers, you need profit, right? So, just keep posting and keep making product, and keep delivering free value to the customer. Like I just have like iPhone backgrounds. I give all these cool photos, all this cool content, and I was learning all of this stuff, like giving so much value to the customer. And Gary Vee was really big on that. I was learning all of that stuff at this time. And oh yeah, back to the Instagram ads. I was doing that, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and I wasn't spending a lot of money on that. I was experimenting, but I was kind of learning slowly how that works. And that's a whole like video for the 2019 and beyond, like learning ads and advertising, because that's important. That's just more marketing, right? But for you, and this is my advice, there's so much free marketing you can do on social media, but you have to be really tactical and just be nice. Don't be a jerk, right? Don't be annoying. Don't be like a spammy bot, or just someone that's just, you're just doing all sell, and you're not really working on just giving free value and developing the community, because that's more long term, and that will give you better results anyways. So yeah, I think that's a good summary of 2018. I just got super motivated by my girlfriend, and I found out about Gary Vee, and he was instrumental in my strategy, and just putting in the hours and just sitting on your phone. It's really that easy. Like this story, my story, whatever that means, it's not fancy, and it's just free practical advice. Like it's the truth. So Gary Vee, and then I released the triple the amount of products. I developed stickers. I started experimenting with new stuff. I graduated. Like all these huge changes began happening, which when I graduated, gave me more time. I got my LLC and the other documents that I needed. So at this point, I was like, okay, the brand is growing. I see the direction now. I see what's happening. And that was just like a huge motivator. And I also just grew a lot more in sales. Like I think that year I 10x'd my sales. So like that's how much it grew just from doing that. And that was like, it's just that little bit of motivation that's just keeping you moving forward. Because I know a lot of people like that are my age or younger, they start businesses and start doing stuff, and they just give up so soon. It's like you have to be in there for the long haul. And I keep saying this, but I don't like saying stuff like this, because I'm not anywhere in life right now. Like I'm not an expert. It's just me learning. But it's kind of true though. Like you can't expect everything right away. And at the same time though, when I look back at these videos, I'm sure in a couple of years I'm gonna be happy I made them. But you can't expect whatever you're doing to blow up. And people I hate this is one of the things I just hate, that concept of blowing up. Like people are like, oh, I'm gonna do something and really quick I'm gonna blow up. And that's really stupid thinking. Like your thinking shouldn't be blowing up. Your thinking should be gradual development, step by step, because that's how most businesses work. Like, of course, blowing up is a good thing. It is a good thing, but to have that in your mind and that's the goal, it's like, I'm gonna do this one thing, everyone's gonna notice, I'm gonna become famous right away. That's stupid. And even to chase fame is really stupid. I don't want to be famous. I want the brand to be huge, and I want customers to have a good experience and have fun. I want everyone to wear my clothes. I want everyone to like the brand. Well, not everyone's gonna like it, obviously. There's people that are haters and people that it's not their taste. But that's all I want to focus on, is developing cool products and taking care of the customers and giving free value. I don't care about being famous, and that's just a bunch of garbage. Like, what's the point of that? Like, being famous and having a bunch of money, that's stupid. And people get into that trap too, especially when they get the ball rolling, which ultimately their business suffers from that. But yeah, so I guess that's the summary of 2018. It really was a good year, and it was still a little slow, but it grew. I would definitely say it grew 10 times the amount, like roughly, which is pretty good. And you want that trajectory. If you're like flatlining, and if you're going down, or if you stop, that's really depressing and like not good motivation. You want to keep climbing. You want to crawl, like scratch and crawl and gnaw and just get up there, like do whatever it takes to get up there. If it's legal, moral, and ethical, that's your only 3 guidelines. But other than that, you need to just fight your way up there, and focus on your customers and focus on the product. Don't focus on yourself. Don't focus on money, because the profit and all that crap, that's way later down the road. That's not even like, always just reinvest all the money back into your business. Like, I still have a day job. I don't take any profit, any money out of the business. It's all recycled back in. I'm 3 years in, and I have enough patience to do that for another 3 years. I don't care, because I'm looking way into the future, like 5-10 years into the future. And I'm even thinking about like how the brand will change and grow and become even cooler and like futuristic, because I like to do the whole Cold War theme, and that's still gonna change or stay, but like I'm thinking about like futurism and all that stuff. I like that stuff. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you got value from it. I will be making part 3, 2019, and that should be the last video, because there's really important advice in there too, and just crazy stuff I learned in that video that you guys will definitely love. And just subscribe to the channel, leave me some comments below what you thought of this video, and like this video. And I'll be seeing you guys later on the week. I'll probably just make another video tomorrow, but anyways, hope you guys liked it. See you guys later.